I'm here because we're in the middle of a crisis that knows no boundaries, that doesn't care about left or right politics, that doesn't care about race, ethnicity, sex, age, and no, I'm not talking about COVID 19. We have a climate crisis, and the biggest victims of this crisis are young people. My generation, my younger brother's generation, and our future generations, because we will be the ones left on Earth trying to deal with the devastating effects of current leaders from both the private and public sector. The climate crisis is not just about the environment and one species, humans, it's about ecosystems, habitats, and all living creatures. We are witnessing the sixth mass extinction. Hundreds of species of animals are going extinct every year at the hands of human destruction. We have zoonotic diseases that are crossing from animals to humans, causing devastating effects due to loss of habitat. Protecting the environment goes hand in hand with protecting animals. It's two sides of the same coin. But now, we need a revolution. We need to establish a new relationship with nature, one of mutual respect and understanding, not of human exploitation. But the problem of the matter is that we as humans think that we are not part of nature, but in reality, we are just another species of animal on this planet. As Sir David Attenborough says, if we can't protect nature, how are we supposed to protect ourselves? This is a human made problem, so it needs a human made solution. We can't sit on the sidelines hoping for miracles to happen or for others to come along and solve it for us. Miracles don't happen. We need action. We need effort. We need thinkers. We need solutions. And I'm here to make you think, to make you all think. A couple of years ago, while visiting my grandparents in New York, I went to an exhibition on climate change that both inspired and deeply moved me. When I returned to Barcelona, I had hundreds of ideas in my head. My Mediterranean was getting worse, all because of man made waste, and I felt that the sea couldn't breathe as it used to. So, in 2019, I created the jelly cleaner, this utensil you see here. I didn't create it as an engineering project. I've never studied engineering, but rather I wanted to make something simple and easy that everyone could make with everyday materials they had at home. It's really quite simple. It's basically a floating filter made from recycled plastic water bottles and old ballet ties that I had lying around. Water enters the center mouth of the water bottle and it passes through the fine mesh filter of the stockings. Any plastic, microplastic, or other garbage gets trapped at the toes. The two smaller outside water bottles act for flotation and to balance it. For me, the most important part of the jelly cleaner is its ability to raise awareness much more than the amount of physical garbage we can pick up. And it also represents the idea that every act, every step, no matter how small, can make a big difference, and that each of us can make a difference. I dream of a plastic free Mediterranean in which dolphins, cetaceans, and all marine flora and fauna can be born, grow, live, and die freely in their own natural habitat. Combining my love for the Mediterranean and for animals, specifically dolphins, in early 2020 I began a campaign asking the Barcelona city government to free the three dolphins that were imprisoned in the Barcelona Zoo. In just a few months, my campaign received over 56,000 signatures, but it didn't have the outcome I was hoping for because even though these dolphins were moved from the Barcelona Zoo, they were just transferred to another aquarium in Athens, Greece. I turned my disappointment into determination, and I launched an even more ambitious but necessary campaign directed to the President of the government asking for a complete ban on dolphin parks and keeping cetaceans in captivity. It is hard for me to understand how today in the 21st century, dolphins, orcas, and belugas can still be held captive and forced to perform stupid tricks. Here's a fact you probably didn't know. Spain is the largest prison for dolphins in all of Europe, and the sixth in the world with most cetaceans in captivity. A third of all dolphin parks in Europe are in Spain. And yes, I said prison because there's as much educational benefit by studying dolphins in captivity as there would be by studying mankind by only observing prisoners held in solitary. Nos País para Delfines is my current campaign on the TEDxYouth platform, and I have over 112,000 signatures and the support of major international conservation organizations and scientists. Last year, I went to the National Senate in Madrid, where a group of senators signed a motion to prohibit dolphin parks. This motion we presented, I hope, to the entire parliament by the end of this year with the intention of becoming a law. First in Spain, and then setting a precedent to other countries in Europe and beyond. It's just the beginning. Many countries have already eliminated dolphins in captivity. As a recent example, our Mediterranean neighbor, France, just across the border, passed a new animal rights law that prohibits dolphin parks, wild animals in circuses, and fur farms, among other incredible measures. Now, some of you may be wondering, but what's the big deal? It's just big fish, and they look like they're having fun. Well, let's see, I'm obviously not a scientist, or at least not yet, but we can easily just follow the science and use our common sense. To start it, would you like to be separated from your family, be taken out of your habitat, violently kidnapped from your home? And I won't go into detail how these animals are captured, because it is scary. Here's some facts you may already know. Dolphins can swim more than 100 kilometers in a straight line in the sea. Tanks are about 30 meters long at most, making it impossible for them to swim in a straight line. Another fact, dolphins are acoustic animals, meaning that they move through sound even though their eyesight is perfect. So, not only we put them in very tiny, ridiculous tanks, but between the loud noise and hundreds of people screaming, they experience extreme levels of stress because the cement tank walls act as an echo chamber, and many dolphins in captivity have died of stress-related illness. Also, those who say that a dolphin is smiling when they perform, just to let you know, a dead dolphin is also so-called smiling. That's just the way they look. It has nothing to do with what they're feeling. Despite how far we've already come, there is one aspect of this motion that worries me, and that is that the issue of shows is not specifically included. A quick survey. Raise your hand if you've ever been to a dolphin, orca, or beluga show or swam with dolphins in a pool. Come on, raise your hands. Okay, too many. We have to end what I call the terrifying triangle: capture, trade, and shows. If there's no demand, there won't be any shows. Therefore, I beg you never to attend to tourist attractions that include captive animals, such as riding elephants, riding camels, posing with a monkey, even horse and carriage rides. No one should ever attempt to visit a place where animals are imprisoned. One of the most common arguments of dolphin park owners is that they educate people about dolphins, orcas, and belugas, or how else would people know about them? This is totally insane. This is not education. This is miseducation. Listen, my younger brother Max, he's only 8, and he knows everything there is about dinosaurs. And when I say everything, I mean everything. What they ate, where they lived, when they lived, the different types, everything. And has he ever seen a dinosaur? Will he ever? Jurassic Park not included. Does it matter? No, we have so many resources now that's completely unnecessary to keep animals imprisoned in order to study them. Now, it's time to put words into action. The more people who know, the stronger we become. Action starts with you. I know there will be resistance in closing dolphin parks, but I will keep fighting to gain as much support and as many signatures as possible to put pressure on the politicians to make this law happen. This will set a legal precedent to help all these animals in captivity, because everything is connected. Animals, the planet, the ecosystems, and us, humans. The dolphins need all of our help. So before I finish, I want to leave you with a challenge. Spread the word and sign my campaign with the hashtag No es país para delfines. Tonight, tomorrow, this weekend, talk about climate change and animal rights with your families, with your friends, in your WhatsApp chats. By helping these animals, we are helping the planet, and with that, we are also helping our own species. If we can't count on our governments to initiate change and to raise awareness, who's left? Individuals, we, the people. My generation has been called the generation needed to make a change, but we also may be the last generation with the ability to make a change before it is too late. But there is still hope. We need to take charge. It's time for us, individuals, young, old, and everyone in between, to start making a difference and let our voices be heard. Es muy importante que mis palabras se entiendan, así que también lo voy a decir en castellano. Es hora de dejar las palabras a un lado y pasar a la acción. Cuanta más gente sepa e interiorice la situación actual, más fuertes nos convertiremos. La acción empieza con todos y cada uno de nosotros. Ya sé que habrá presión y resistencia para cerrar estos delfinarios, pero yo seguiré luchando para conseguir el mayor apoyo y el mayor número de firmas posible para poder presionar a los políticos y hacer que esta ley se lleve a cabo. Así podemos crear un precedente legal para ayudar a todos estos seres vivos en cautividad. Los delfines necesitan toda nuestra ayuda. Antes de acabar, quiero dejaros con un reto. Firmar mi campaña con el hashtag No es país para delfines y correr la voz. Hoy, mañana, este fin de semana, hablar sobre el cambio climático y los derechos de los animales con vuestra familia, con vuestros amigos, en vuestros grupos de WhatsApp. Ayudando a estos animales, ayudamos al planeta y con esto también ayudamos a nuestra propia especie. Si no podemos contar con el gobierno para que inicie un cambio y para que cree conciencia, ¿quién queda? Nosotros, los individuos. Mi generación ha sido la generación con la necesidad de hacer un cambio, pero también es posible que sea la última generación con la posibilidad de crear un cambio antes de que sea demasiado tarde. Pero aún hay esperanza. Nosotros, los individuos, jóvenes y mayores, es tiempo de hacer que nuestras voces se escuchen. Thank you. Gracias.